Parents, we continually struggle to pass knowledge to our children as much as we can, right? Unfortunately, sometimes financial knowledge is left off the list or lost in translation. So Stuart Smith with ML&R Wealth Management is here with 5 tips to help teach your kids about money. I think this is important. My kid turned to me and said he wanted a Lego set. It was $350. I said, I don't think so.
So now he can plan for that,
So now
right?
he can save for that. He can get it when he's 30.
There you go.
But it's never too early to start. And he's 6. He should start.
Yeah,
Start
he
saving.
should start. Exactly. And so the idea is the earlier you start putting those little tidbits of money sense into conversations, the more they start really kind of getting it, because it's hard in today's world to really understand it because we've become digital. So you want to make it kind of tactile.
Yeah.
See if you can bring him, give him dollar bills when he earns an allowance or something like that, so he can start figuring out what it looks like, but the earlier the better.
Sometimes they just see us swipe the card and they think there's an infinite amount of money on it, and that's not the case.
They do.
Right?
Right.
So understand the save, share, and spend mentality. That's another good point.
Yeah, so the thing to think about is when they actually do start in earning phase, whether it's when they're a teenager or when they're earning allowance, it's nice to actually think about the components of money. If you save it for the future, you can spend it for today, or you can share it with somebody in need. And if they can figure out a way to take, if they get $10, put it in the buckets, then they'll feel a sense of accomplishment on all fronts.
Okay, and be smart about debt.
Yeah, so debt, there's always an opportunity cost with money, especially when it comes to debt, because what happens is now you're taking that money early, you're going to have to pay it back in the future, so your future money is at risk and you're having to pay interest. So the debt component really can hurt people, and they don't understand it until they start really experiencing it on their own. So really add that debt conversation into the mix as well.
Give me an example of how we could teach goal setting and budgeting to our kids.
Well, I love the Lego, because the Lego, that's the perfect thing, because there's something he wants and he knows how much it costs. So now what you need to do is say, okay, this is what you need to spend over, this is what you need to save over this period of time in order to actually buy that. So that's the budgeting component. And for him to really be committed to something, setting a goal, and then realizing at the end the success.
And take away the taboo of talking about money. How's that?
Right. So, friends have the same thing, spouses, families. Money is a taboo subject. People don't share as much as they should. Open up the conversation around the dinner table with your children. Talk about what it means to pay a mortgage or buy a car or save for retirement, and share your experiences, so you take away that taboo and kind of opens up the conversation going forward.
I shared a little bit, and then when we were in California, my son said, well, we need to go panning for gold so that we can find gold and you can never worry about money again. I'm like, okay, first of all, what are the odds that you're going to get gold when you go panning for gold? But I want him to understand the value of money, and I wish that maybe high schools and middle schools could have classes on this too.
Right. Financial literacy would be a great course to add at any level, but certainly something we all need and we don't necessarily get today.
You always give great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.